Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second in the series of RGM Down the Boozer. We're down at the Rose and Monkey Hotel in Manchester with Nathan and John from Children of the State. How are you doing, boys? You all right?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you, Carl.
Nice one. You're very welcome. You're all looking smart, all dressed in Scots menswear clothes. Thanks for sending them over, Scots menswear. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You look embarrassed when I start saying cheesy stuff. Are you all right, lads?
No, thank you.
Brilliant. So, so I think, I've known you guys from Sheffield, and we all live in Manchester now, so we all escaped Sheffield for a bit. We've all got, and you're more Doncaster way, aren't you, John?
Yeah, I'm from Doncaster.
So we're all Yorkshire kids playing in the big city at the minute. It's exciting times.
Yeah, excited as it can be.
Definitely. I wanted to delve into a little bit of history of, Children of the State. They're a relatively new band, and you've picked up a lot of traction recently, and it's great to see. And we'll talk about your new single and all that kind of stuff at the end. But if we just start with Nathan first, mate. So I remember you being in a band called the Rusbys back in Sheffield, mate. So is that the first time you were in a band?
That was the first band, yeah. Apart from like school things,
Sure.
where you sort of play like Oasis covers and swear at people. But that's probably the closest thing I had to actually doing gigs and stuff independently, I guess. And it was good. It was a learning curve. When you're young, it's really fun to do it, and it's also hard to realise that you're not actually shit, I think.
Yeah, okay. 'Cause you did pick up a bit of traction before it ran its natural course. And what kind of things did you learn from being in your first ever band, like looking back now when you're in a more established one?
Well, I actually met a chap called Johnny Brown, who you've had on this before, and he sort of, towards the end of it, sort of mentored me a bit into how to actually perform and write songs, I think, not just be like a, just a renegade, just doing your own thing. He just sort of showed the method to the madness again, and I am grateful for that. And that's probably the first time in music where someone who's established has said, just gave me a bit of mentoring, and I'm grateful for that to this day.
And you're still using it today. And John, yourself, mate? So I remember seeing you down at the Forum in Sheffield playing as John Lennon McCulloch back in the day, and you've had...
Why is my name?
Yeah, well, yeah, sure, yeah. So, but I could just remember you're in a quite unique position, aren't you, really? Because you had quite a lot of success at a really early age.
Yeah, I guess. It was fun. It seems a bit like a lifetime ago.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I've known Nathan since I was born, but I don't know. Sometimes life doesn't really get rolling until,
Because you got picked out, didn't you? Alan McGee was your manager for a while.
Yeah.
What kind of things did you learn from Alan, being so young in the music industry?
Yeah, I mean, it's you can't really buy that type of what's the word? Knowledge, I guess.
Yeah.
So to do it so young, looking back now I'm a bit older, is a bit mad, really.
Yeah.
So I sometimes think, how did I just? But I don't know. But yeah, it was an amazing learning curve, and you can't really buy that experience.
So I can remember seeing you with Richard Hall, a big legend in Sheffield, and
got to support him twice.
Support him,
brilliant. Especially at that age, and I was so into him in that, and so getting to play with your heroes, really, so great. Yeah.
So what kind of things did you pick up from the early days that you brought into being in an established band now? Then what kind of things have you learned?
I think every little day there's something that you take from life, isn't there? So if you ever want to, I don't know, so I sound like an idiot, pass on anything you learn, you just try to make everyone feel comfortable, and I think
did you feel comfortable at that young age, really?
Yeah, very.
Yeah.
Probably more uncomfortable nowadays.
Really?
But that's probably because it means more to me now.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think when you're a young age, you don't really know what's happening.
Yeah.
Well, even though you do. It's hard to say, really. So, yeah, everything I've learned, really, you give it to whatever situation you're in.
You do, and you never, particularly in the music industry, you never stop learning. There's always somebody else just around the corner where you can learn from it and meet and be inspired by.
If you was a footballer, you're never going to stop learning how to be, a good footballer, are you?
Yeah.
If you're a plumber, you're never going to stop learning, how to plumb.
You're not. So you got together. How did you get together musically?
Well, I met. I was in a band previous to this, and
Yeah.
we was looking for a guitarist, and John was sort of out of work at the time.
Yeah.
So
And we've known each other, haven't we?
yeah, I think
Yeah.
it was actually Tom who put us in touch.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just had a jam,
Yeah.
for lack of a better word, and then created another musical project. We didn't go quite as well.
Is that the Vultures?
Yeah, yeah.
So I can remember really enjoying that band. And I know it's a slightly different kind of lineup to what you've got now. So you started this band, built up quite a bit of traction. A lot of people tried to book you for gigs, and everybody wanted a piece of Vultures at the time. What quite didn't work out right with that lineup or setting?
I think like everything, you sort of outgrow it, and your sort of interests and skills and visions, of move on
The ideas were there, some of the ideas were there.
Yeah.
Just couldn't ever map it out properly. You know what I mean?
So we just needed a new vehicle, really.
Yeah.
We was driving in a Mondeo and we needed a Beamer.
Okay. So you're in the Beamer now, eh?
Yeah. The next one's the Lamborghini.
So Children of the State, just talk us through, what are Children of the State, and what do you see it developing into?
What are we at the moment?
Yeah. What do you? How does it feel, this lineup? Does it feel like
it definitely feels right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we've all got the similar sort of interests, and we all have the same sort of work ethic, and I think that's useful. If it was like if we all worked for Andrex making toilet roll, I think it would still be functional because of the board of directors, if you will, are all running on the same revs.
When I were in bands and stuff like that, it were really common just to see one person that were passionate about the band in the band doing all the legwork, and everybody else pretty much didn't do out.
Oh no! Everyone's involved in this. Even Connor, the drummer, he writes songs.
Even the drummers are getting involved.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
So it's very much a democracy.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant.
But yeah, I think hopefully it evolves into.
Feels like where we want to be at this point in our life, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It might end tonight, might end tomorrow, might end in 20 years. All you got to do is just take it as it comes.
Well, like one observation of seeing you guys live, and I think the last time I saw you live were at Leadmill Stage at Tramlines last year. It was one observation is like there seems to be a lot of thought behind every stage of what you do. So picking the right gigs, working with certain people in the industry.
Yeah.
Talk me through whether that's a correct observation or not. Really, I don't know.
No, I think in the past you can sort of work with certain people who actually maybe hinder you. Sometimes you find out later that this person's not got a particularly good reputation,
right?
That they're not right for this kind of music that you make or whatever. So we have made a conscious decision to say no, because I think it's hard sometimes if you're in a band to say no to people.
Yeah.
And we have upset people along the way.
Yeah.
I do admit that, but you have to stay true to who you are, and I think you have to just reserve the right to tell people to go fuck themselves if it's not right for you, and if they continue trying to badger you for something, because everybody wants to take your money and your skills out of your pocket in life. That's basically capitalism.
Yeah.
The whole world we live in is just trying to get money out of someone else's pocket and put it into your pocket. And if you understand that, especially in music, because it's obviously...
It happens more in the music industry.
Exactly,
Everybody takes their percentage of everything, and the bands can sometimes end up with no for the talent.
Exactly, yeah. So reserving the right to just tell people to go away, I think, is the philosophy that we run the band.
Yeah.
We don't have a manager. We do it all of ourselves.
Yeah.
We are kind of control freaks, really.
Sure.
And we have a message and an image that we need to portray to people.
Yeah.
And we can't have anything getting in the way of that. We're on a mission. We're on a quest,
Yeah.
When we made this band as well, we wasn't bothered about any scenes or nothing, because scenes all die eventually. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We just wanted to create our own musical world. Do you know what I mean? And we're all really into films as well, so with films and that, we if we're making a song or a set, we try to imagine it. You can try to imagine it. Would it be good in a certain film or anything like that? So that's the difference between this and a lot of other project's a lot more, serious. Like this is it.
So what kind of, if Children of the State were a film, what film would you be?
Would be a Dario Argenti film.
Oh.
There'd be lots of blood and gore.
Really?
And outrageous happenings. With people falling through the
glass ceilings.
And being...
You shouldn't have a glass ceiling being in a band, should you?
No. And
I've got 5.
You've got 5, okay. So, recently you moved. I moved from Sheffield 2 years ago now. And you guys have made the decision to up sticks and move to Manchester. Is that a decision? Is that a band decision? Is it just talk me through the reason for you all moving?
The whole purpose of us moving here was to do more gigs and be more involved in music, because Sheffield, we love it so much, and it will always hold a dear place in our hearts. But the council are just destroying the music venues. Yeah. There's about 2 music venues left, when I know even 4 years ago there was loads. You used to have loads. Yeah.
Just loads, yeah, there are,
yeah. And they just, I don't know, just naturally I think you need to go to the greener grass, I guess.
Yeah.
But we come here and everything's closed now, so it's sod's law and all.
It's a massive frustration, and how do you think everything is shut now, and how do you feel about being a creative person? And there's a lot of noise from the creative industry at the minute, shouting about how much help we need as an industry. Do you think we now as creatives have got an even bigger responsibility to think of new creative ways to crack on and just not let this thing beat us?
Yeah, I mean, the arts are what makes the world go round, really. Doesn't really matter if you do it or not. If a family just sat watching the telly, some sort of creative art has gone into that. Especially with things like lockdown and that. What would people do about music and films and books and all the rest? So it's very important to preserve the arts, but obviously the higher powers don't obviously take that into account.
The good thing is we are creative people, so we can think of creative solutions to sort of pressing problems. And I do think we have been thrown under the bus a bit by the government, but there's nothing we can do about that.
So should we be doing more as a creative industry than where we are at the minute? Because it does seem like, and I was speaking to Nidge earlier, it does seem like the creative industry now are starting to come up with more ideas. It's been 6 months since lockdown, and everybody thought it'll be over in 6 months. But we're at that 6 month point where we're thinking, fucking hell, now it's changed really. Should we now be being more using that creativity and thinking of new shit out of the box?
Yeah, but there's only so much you can do really without gigs, because gigs, the coming together of people and people dancing together and meeting new people is such a important part to human life, the human experience as a whole. Yeah. And that being stripped away is pretty. It's like it's never been done before, really. Unless we're in like North Korea or like the Iron Curtain has fallen or something. But I think there's only so much creators can do without having like an illegal rave or something. Yeah. With the bringing together of people and dancing together. But I think when it does come back around eventually, if it does, which I hope it does, otherwise life.
Are we going to be flooded with loads of songs about COVID?
Hopefully there'll be another summer of love. And then, I'll get a tie-dye shirt and grow a beard.
It feels like it's going to, we've all been affected by it negatively, and times are tough. And, as a creative, as somebody that likes to get shit done, let's just join together and just keep cracking on and stay strong through it all as well. I think that's a good message to send out.
And helping each other and looking out for each other as well, because obviously some people handle it differently to others. Yeah. And it's important that you look after the other people around you, not just immediately around you, like just friends of friends and whatever. Sure. You always have to just make sure that everybody's sort of progressing together and just hold hands with each other, I guess.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on how the government have supported the nighttime economy?
Well, it's shit, isn't it, really? I don't know. I can't really say how.
Yeah, I think it's been absolutely atrocious. They've thrown everybody under the bus, and it's disgusting. I saw the parliamentary bar was not closed at 10 and was serving like Guinness for like £2.40 or something, and that just I think is a great metaphor for what is their actual beliefs.
It's Animal Farm, isn't it? Really.
One rule for them.
Yeah, exactly. And I think I don't know how anybody can trust this government, and I don't think they'll get voted in again. And I think there'll be some sort of inquiry, and I hope they all go to prison.
Yeah. Strong words, good and honest. We appreciate that. Nice one. We've talked through about your history, both of you being in music and that kind of stuff. What kind of experiences would you? What have you learned by being in the music industry? Because it is the hardest industry in the world to be successful at, and you've mentioned it yourself today. You've got that drive to make a career of it. What have you learned along the way around, being in this industry and how tough it is and how rewarding it can be at times too?
Yeah, well, like anything in life, there's highs and lows, isn't there? But you just got to put every feeling you got to put into your music and your craft. I think it's easy in a lot of ways now with the internet, but it also makes it a lot harder. I think if we'd come out in the 90s, we'd be big of an oasis. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Yeah.
Well, we are in the 2020, and I can't change what year we're in. Right.
It's supposed to be the roaring 20s, but it's not Gatsby, is it?
It's not been a great year, mate. No, but 2021 looks like it could still rumble on.
Yeah.
How's that make you feel as a band?
2021.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hopeful. Although I'm not biting my tongue on it. I don't.
Because this year you had the main stage of Tramlines booked, didn't you?
Yeah.
So last year we saw you on the Leadmill stage, and a natural progression. I presume you've had a lot of support from the people at Leadmill in Sheffield that have, put your name forward for this slot.
Yeah, Ben Hartley and Sam Field have been a godsend to us with the band, really. So yeah, we're grateful for that. It was kind of like dangling the carrot, really.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It was like we got to like March, and it was like a few months to go, and then it was like nope.
Yeah.
Tramlines 2020.
Hopefully next year.
Yeah, fingers crossed for next year's the festival seasons. It's something to look forward to. So tell us something about yourselves that you feel nobody will know about you. Or it could be like I don't know, it could be a party trick. It could be. When I was speaking to Johnny Brown, he does ice skating. I never saw him as an ice skater. Have you guys got anything surprising or any like little tricks that you could share with the world today?
I collect bowling balls.
Do you?
Sort of vintage bowling balls, yeah.
Okay. Was that a nightmare when you moved over?
Yeah.
Did you jangle? Van jangling that?
It's a nightmare when you're selling them on as well because they weigh so much.
Oh, okay.
It's about £60 to post one to like Milton Keynes or something.
So vintage bowling balls?
Yeah.
What got you into that?
I used to love bowling as a kid, and I always used to like the whole sort of this. And I watched The Big Lebowski, and I thought this is cool.
Yeah, okay.
So started collecting bowling balls. Yeah.
Well,
Go on, John.
Similar sort of thing is I find the bowling balls for him.
Oh, do you? Right, okay.
I'll go on the internet.
So you do all the legwork,
and then he'll.
Well, we have consultation meetings with bowling balls, and we it's like a community. There's a whole Reddit for it and stuff. It's kind of fun, yeah.
Really. So have you got what you send then, John? I'm not letting you off easy.
Well, I find the bowling balls.
Party trick? Any magic tricks? Something you do at parties?
Yeah, you can do that.
He's a bendy lad, isn't he, that Nathan?
Yeah, he can kick himself in the head quite well.
It's okay if you don't, John. It's okay if you don't.
I don't know. I don't really. If I'm at a party, I'm probably just sat in the corner, just asleep.
Yeah.
But,
cool. I'll let you off.
My magic trick is probably getting more drunker than anyone else for some reason.
Sure. So let's move on to the new single then, Hot Money. Nathan sent it me a little bit earlier, and that is a tune, lads. Talk us through a little bit about Hot Money and how it came about.
Okay, it's a bit of a Frankenstein of a song, to be honest. We had some lyric ideas in another song, and a beat from another song, and like lyrics and a riff from another song. And we just put it together, really. And I think the feeling of that song reflects that as well. I think it does sound kind of like it's walking down the street like that, you know.
It sounds really industrial.
Yeah. And Ian Skelly helped us a lot with that, with putting the voodoo shit on it. The like all the really weird stuff in the background, all the
Yeah.
effects and stuff. He helped us a lot with that. And
So so the new EP that's coming out. Remind me the name and when
Tragic
that's coming
Carpet and the Magical Wasp Gang from Notre Dame.
out. Okay, there's a reason why I couldn't remember it all.
yeah.
But it's quite inventive. I have had a sneak peek. So when's that out again, guys?
The 20th of November.
20th of November. So you know what to do, guys, when you're listening.
Yeah, Ian's. You can't like going back to experiences, and
Yeah.
I think being in the studio with Ian's been probably the best experience
Cool.
we've had in music yet. Yeah, he really, because he loves the same music, and so all the same ideas are there. So he really pushes for the, to think outside the box.
So it feels like this is the band that's going to move you forward. Then now you feel settled in this
Oh, definitely. If
outfit.
this ended, I'd probably go move to Cuba or something.
Okay, it's all done.
Right, box.
Brilliant. So you know what to do, guys. Download just follow Children of the State on all the socials. I hope you've enjoyed our little chat down the boozer with
Thank you,
RGM
Carl.
today. Anything else you want to add out, guys?
Hands up, give me all your petrol.
Brilliant. Thanks, guys. My name's Carl Maloney. We've been RGM down the boozer, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys. Toodaloo.